for those who don't really know what's going on, my English is still terrible. I'm trying to finish Trigger Happy Havoc. So you'll probably see these 4 or 5 hour long live streams. And I'll get me a computer and then you'll see shorter, you know, videos. That way I can get stuff done. So let's get going with it. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka. Then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. So yeah, that's pretty much everybody who's got executed so far. And that brings us up to now. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. Now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of people who started.
Indeed.
Who started with. Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still. What did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy. Can that really be true? We may find out. Makoto, are you okay? Somewhat, yeah. Kinda had a rough night. No, I'm fine. Can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
In that case, let's eat till we pass out.
Huh?
What do you mean, in that case?
'Cause, I mean...
Cause look how scared everyone looks. It's gotta be because we're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up. So let's eat.
Okay.
Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
What?
It's like a Deep Impact style, Meteor Impact, extinction level event combination of food.
Huh?
What, those are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, the till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right, since Clash Royale is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have Alter Ego. We don't have to give in to despair just yet. That's right, we have a plan. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it!
Yep. Think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
For serious.
Well, when this is all over, I think I want to get reborn for serious. Or, I mean, reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone's about to... who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. I predicted it last night since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about that.
However...
How accurate is your fortune telling, man?
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult mystery.
It's not like it's ESP or whatever. Of course, I'm only going to get it right sometimes.
The occult is bullcrap!
I told you, my fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't occult.
You got it all wrong!
Of course, not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation.
Huh?
Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. It all happened one day when I went to get a hamburger. It was a place that I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But...
And before
the end is nigh!
The sky was filling with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork.
How about that?
Now do you see, that is cattle mutilation. I kind of got lost halfway through. Yeah. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean!
I stink of, how dare you? Well, you do stink though. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I hope your prediction turns out to be true. At the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah!
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I can never kill any of my friends. I felt like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too.
But
they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. That was enough to prove. We were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and fragility. Oh, God. We began our search as soon as we finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up, what was waiting for us. I know where I want to go then. Third floor. Oh. Stairs to the fourth floor. So now we have access to the fourth floor of Hope's Peak Academy. Maybe data map. So won't be in there. According to the nameplate, it's called Data Center. Behind the door is a total mystery. Classroom. Classroom. Office. This is the office, but of course there's no hint of any teachers that we'd normally be able to rely on. There's a picture. Huh? There's a picture on the floor. This picture. What? Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka? That's not her name. Celeste is not her name. Smiling faces of 3 people who are dead now. Classroom without metal plates over the windows. It's exactly the same. It's just like the picture I saw before. There's no way this isn't important somehow. They're smiling the way you'd expect any normal teenager to smile. Just a normal group of high schoolers living a normal school life. I can't possibly believe they were able to smile like that in a world of despair like this. So does that mean this picture was taken before they ever came to Hope's Peak? Which would mean everyone in this picture knew each other before they got here, including Sayaka. No, there's no way Monokuma did it. It must be a fake. You're fake. Monokuma popped out of nowhere and snatched the picture from my hand. Forgery plot? What are you, a middle schooler? You think the moon landing is fake too? Come on. then you're saying this picture is real?
Hey,
If there were such a thing as the Nobel Truth Prize, I'd take first, second, and fourth place.
too bad.
Actually, that's probably not. I asked you a question. Is this picture real or is it fake? Oh, Makoto, you're so eager to split things in half, aren't you?
Hey,
But it's no use. It's just no use. If you try to split something that can't be split, you'll end up feeling like you're the one being split.
it's true.
The picture is real. No more, no less. Without another word, Monokuma disappeared. So the picture is real. It's really real. If that's true, if that's the case, I'm gonna check the box. Yeah, why not? What's this? Headmaster? Nameplate on the door says Headmaster. Can't get in. Damn it. Huh. Oh, music. Oh, that is nice. This is the music room. It's hardly even a classroom. It's more like an actual concert hall. Go play! Is this a grand piano? It seems really old. I bet it's worth a lot of money. Of course, without someone around who can play it, it's totally useless. Oh, I have ABC playing.
Hey,
You know, you haven't told me what you think yet. What I
So-
think about the secret room. Well, I did find the secret room, but as soon as I started looking around, I was
What?
attacked. Attacked by who? Well, it came from behind, and I didn't have any time to react, so I didn't see who it was. When I came to, the mountains of files and documents were all gone. I'm sorry, I know how important those
that's
were.
fine.
It's okay, I already saw what I needed to. I have suspected the mastermind might come after you. What?
Because
When I discovered the room, the mastermind must have seen me on the surveillance camera in the hallway. They must have seen me go into the boys' bathroom and not come out again. Still, I want you to go and see it. I want to see how the mastermind would react. Essentially, I want to find out if the mastermind actually knew about that room.
it would
But
seem...
to attack you and steal everything in the room? That must mean there's some unknown clue in there that could reveal the mastermind's identity. Then you knew I was going to get
That
attacked?
doesn't matter.
You can handle that kind of thing, alright? After all, you're a boy. What does she think a boy is? Fine, I understand. Then let me ask you something else. Do you know about the note that was left in there? The note that said you must not leave?
Just a second.
We shouldn't talk about that, not here. Kyoko stole a quick glance at the surveillance.
So,
I'm looking into it. If I find out anything, I'll let you know.
listen to me.
Is that okay? She made it sound like she was asking, but it was clear I wouldn't have any say in the
So then,
So now it's your turn. Let's hear your secret. Oh, she knows. Did you think I wouldn't notice? You're
Am I
hiding
wrong?
something. Am I wrong?
what?
What's the matter? If you're worried about the camera, why not just write it down? Well,
Hey,
we're friends, so you should be able to trust me. Isn't that what you said before? Right, that there shouldn't be any secrets between friends, but there's something worse than expressing doubt about your friend when you don't have evidence at all. Sorry, I can't tell you, not yet.
correct.
That's true.
However,
But do you think that's fair? You were happy to hear what I had to say, but now you're unwilling to share? I'm sorry, I really am.
that's fine. Goodbye.
Goodbye. With those as her parting words, Kyoko left me standing there alone. I think I made her mad. Ah. Still nothing. Wow. The smell of medicine is oppressive. So this is the chem lab. I hope inhaling all this stuff doesn't do permanent damage. It's a remarkably big shelf, and it's stocked with all kinds of...
That's right!
Ah, listen, Makoto, listen. Take a deep breath and calm down and listen to me. Okay, Hina, just chill. There's all kinds of stuff we didn't have before. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, creatine.
Okay!
And what they even have. Protein-zyme X. What's that?
Hey!
A high quality protein drink. It's nothing like that cheap swill in the warehouse. It's connoisseur level. Oh, yeah? This is amazing. It's a gold mine. Ah, my prayers have finally been answered. Time to load up some more prayers then. A gold mine, huh? Already taking a good look at things around here. There's a lot to think about, but for now I should head back to the dining hall and talk to you guys. Yep. Not long after the others began to trickle in. And after a few minutes... So this
Well,
is everyone?
then.
Okay, let's discuss what we all discovered. Yeah, good idea. Let's start on and work our way toward Al. She's ignoring me.
So,
Hey Makoto, does Kyoko seem
That's
upset?
right!
She is, isn't she? She's totally mad. Yeah, it looks like it.
What's your deal?
I bet it's your fault, isn't it? You must have done something to her. This is bad. Metal sheets have been attached to all the windows on the 4th floor. None of them budge.
In other words-
Just like everywhere else. I found a couple rooms on 4th floor that they were locked. The data center, the headmaster's room, the headmaster room, those things. Like exact kind of places we'd find some clues. We can somehow unlock the door and get
But-
who cares about a stupid?
How about that?
Should be no problem for the world's strongest missing link to knock down one measly door. What was that?
Pung, pung!
No, please continue. Did you say I've got the nicest butt on the block and the curviest tips in town? Is that what you said?
What the heck?
Hell no, I didn't.
Hey!
Well, what
Come
did you say? 'Cause
on
I know you
now.
weren't talking about tearing down the door to the headmaster's room. Knocking down your
Unbelievable.
headmaster's door? What kind of war on education are you trying to start
Your
here?
teacher had such
That's
faith
my
in you.
room, you know?
And this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Anyway, it is now, and you're thinking of busting it down? You seriously don't want to piss me off. You have any idea how much bacteria lives on a single bear claw? No, I was just kidding. Please don't get me.
Damn it!
I'm not mad.
What?
Totally pissed.
This is
I
kind
was
of
hoping I wouldn't have
depressing.
to add a rule for this. But if you're going to go around having these thoughts, I had no choice but to add to the school regulations.
Too bad.
Breaking down a locked door is prohibited. There, that's a rule now. It's ready. New rules been regulations. Man, I was scared for my life. I was sure he was going to kill me for serious.
Well.
But if he would go out of his way to make up a rule like that, there's no doubt that something important must be hidden in the headmaster's room. But now that it's a rule, there's nothing we can do. On to Owie.
Yeah.
Hello, Owie. There's a big shelf in the chem lab on the 4th floor, and it had all kinds of chems and stuff.
Okay.
And there was an all-star cast of nutrient additives and supplements. You should at least go take a peek. I highly recommend it. I think you and Ogre are probably the only ones interested in stuff like that. Oh, but it's not all good stuff, though. There was medicine and health stuff, but on top of that, there was also a bunch of different poisons. Poison? Yeah, no shit. They were all labeled clearly, though, so it would be hard to grab one by mistake.
it's true.
Still, we'd better make sure we're careful around here. And we probably shouldn't tell Byakuya or Toko about the poison, right?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well,
Well, just in case, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I think you're right.
however,
It's Byakuya. It won't be long before he's discovered it for himself. But to put something as dangerous as poison right out in the open was absolutely the work of the mastermind. So has everyone said what they need to say? I think so.
You're serious?
But it looks like nobody found any clues at all, let alone a way out.
Ah!
Been this depressed since my house burned to the ground. Someone do something to cheer me up.
How about that?
It's because my dad was smoking in bed. No, I have something I'd like to report. So you guys all remember, right? You remember when I found that picture on the 3rd floor the other day?
Perhaps.
You mean the one that showed Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon all together, right?
Huh?
Yeah, I remember. What about it? Well, I found another one. Another picture. Almost just like that one.
Huh?
Another one. Another one. But this time the picture was of Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka. And they were all smiling. And the classroom in the picture didn't have any metal covering the windows. So the picture of Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon wasn't the only one. Now you found one that had Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka.
But
How can that
Conspiracy!
Monokuma must have faked it. But if the picture is real, then everyone who's in it there would have to be some kind of hidden connection there, don't you think? Some deeper truth that we don't understand.
What?
Can't be. It's a fake. But Monokuma said it was real. I know we could just write that off as a lie, but
So then,
you trust Monokuma's word over the people who have died?
because...
That's what you're saying, isn't it? No, that's not it. I'm shocked. You told everyone how we should believe in our friends, but you refuse to do the same. That's not what's going on, Kyoko. Why are you getting so emotional? I don't understand why she's so angry.
Hey, come on.
Come on, guys, stop fighting or all your good luck is going to float away. Anyway, Makoto, you're thinking about it too much. There's no way Monokuma didn't fake the picture.
of course.
He's just trying to confuse us. You shouldn't listen to anything Monokuma has to say. You might be right, but still. Are you still conflicted?
What?
It looks like you guys are stopping. Nice. You all have the same sunken look on your faces. You were all so ugly before, but you shouldn't let them sink any lower. When I look at you, it makes me think of a frog.
Just a second.
Why are you apologizing? Leave us alone. You're not part of this.
That's right.
That's true enough. Your problems aren't mine. We are, and always will be, completely separate. So whatever's causing your faces to turn so ugly has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I happen to discover a vital clue, it wouldn't concern you in the slightest. What? Did he finally just say something useful?
Hey,
Yakya, what have you been up to?
That's fine.
I don't mind telling you. Perhaps forcing your lazy brains to get to work might do you some good.
Such ignorance.
I was in the bath. What else would you like to know? Today's lottery numbers? He's taking a bath. Is he saying he's been talking to Alter Ego? Did you tell him something?
it would seem...
Maybe we should all go take a bath. Ah, good idea. A mixed bath. Sounds like a party.
Okay.
Alter Ego really did tell him something. I wonder what it could have been. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, a mixed bath sounds fun. But, not with, Sakura there. Leave her outside. She can, go deal with that herself. Let's turn... I'm gonna check up on my screen. I'm gonna go watch Silver Bell. Toko was sitting alone on the bench, the laptop in front of her. Toko, did you decide to come here with all three?
What's your problem?
I already heard it was Master. With Master.
Ah.
You don't have to keep saying it anyway, so what are you doing right now? Shut up, stop bothering me.
How about that?
Get out of the way, we have to talk to all.
Well.
No, I made Master a promise. Promise. Master told me to wait here, so that's what I'm doing.
Huh?
What are you, the dog? That's what Master wants? I do anything he asks. You just love being mistreated. Well, fine, if you really want me gone, by all means.
What?
Hey guys, let's go. We'd like you to move. Sure thing, just kneel before me and beg.
What?
First a Mega Mascus, now a Super Sadist. Sup? I'm gonna, like, steal a computer. Sitting in front of the laptop, I can't get to it. Toko, seriously, I'm asking you nicely, let's use that.
What?
Didn't you hear what I
SOB!
said? I told you to kneel and
How about that?
Come on, Makoto, give her the old 1-2 combo. 1, drop to your knees, 2, beseech. Why are you acting like you're not part of this? I was as desperate as I felt. Finally, I did kneel down in front of her and I said, please, I'm begging you, will you please let us use this?
Oh, I'm on fire!
Such an ultra miraculous feeling of happiness. All my pent-up anger at Master for abusing me is evaporating. So even you realize it's abuse.
Hey.
That should be enough, right? Hurry up and let's talk to Ultra Ego. Okay. You bitch. I like her. I like Genocide Jack. Or Genocide Jill. She's funny. I like her. I already told Byakuya, but I was finally able to crack open all the files that were on this laptop. Sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Correct.
Just what I thought.
I see.
Finally, the time has come. I'm
Um...
starting to get kind of nervous. I felt the same way. Resting on the keyboard, my hands had started to shake.
Just a second.
Move. A single word was like a sharpened blade. Wounded, I moved to let her take over.
So then,
Here we go. Kyoko began typing, the words appearing as fast as I could read them. Can you tell us what you
Leave it to me.
Sure, I analyzed files and extracted all the useful information I could find. And one particular important fact I discovered was that a certain plan has been into effect here. Oh, that's the one. To isolate the students at Hope's Peak Academy and create a communal life for them. That was the stated goal for the plan. But it was meant to be more than just a normal school. The students were intended to live out the rest of their lives here.
I see.
That's exactly the situation we found ourselves in. It's quite unthinkable, isn't it? And what's more, the one who came up with the plan was none other than the administrators of Hope's Peak themselves. Wait, hold on. Then the reason we've been in prison here, it wasn't the work of some psycho freak or criminal organization or whatever.
No way!
It was the school. It doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
just a second.
I think Alter Ego is finished. Perhaps we should hear the rest.
That's right.
It seems that the reason they devised this plan was because of what happened 1 year ago. This is how they described the event. They said it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. So far the outbreak we're having today. Still to this day and still in quarantine for it.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What?
Yeah, what kind of name is that for something?
You see,
Otherwise known as the tragedy, it was apparently some sort of devastating occurrence. Because of the tragedy, Hope's Peak Academy was forced to discontinue its role as a school and close down.
I see.
Things are finally starting to make sense. What this means is 1 year ago, this tragedy took place. And whatever it was, it forced Hope's Peak to shut down. From there, they decided to use the school as a kind of staging ground.
That's right.
They planned to sequester the students here where they would live out the rest
So,
of their lives. Why would the Hope's Peak administrators want to shut everyone in like that?
Hey,
And what could this tragic event have possibly been? A virus. The despair virus.
sorry.
I don't know. If that information was ever on this computer, it's gone now. I'm totally useless. I'm sorry. And that's all he said.
What?
And is this really the end? We get halfway through the answer and that's it?
Indeed.
It would appear so disappointing. Oh, wait.
So,
There's one other thing I forgot to mention. I think it might be important. I believe it has to do with the mastermind. Joker's fingers move even faster than they have so far. Did you figure out the mastermind's identity?
sorry.
No, that I still don't know, but I did find a clue, I think. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak head master. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school.
The headmaster?
The headmaster is here in the school.
Okay.
Then that's got to be the mastermind. I mean, Monokuma's been calling himself the headmaster, right?
Perhaps.
Which makes a real headmaster that much more
For
suspicious.
serious?
But if we break down the door to his room, we're dead, right? So what are we supposed to do? I'll find a way.
Huh?
Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
What's going on?
I
can't explain why. I just know that I have to find him. She has to. Kyoko, what's going on with you? When she heard about the headmaster, her reaction was almost violent.
So then,
We should see if Alter Ego has any more information. That seemed to be her attempt to regain her composure, and she started typing in it. Learn anything
Sorry.
else? That's everything I found. All the information on this laptop seems to be pretty old, so that's all I can do.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry. Then it really
Hey.
is over. Wait, Alter Ego seems to have more to say.
So,
Well, it's kind of a different topic, but I was wondering about something.
I
I haven't seen Celeste, Hifumi, or Taka since yesterday. Heavy silence fell across the room. The only sound was a flat, precise clicking of keys as Kyoko clicked. They're all dead.
Huh?
What? I see, certainly I knew that was a possibility, but
Okay then.
it really happened.
Sorry.
There's no point in me getting depressed over things I can't do anything about.
anyway,
Well then, I guess that's it. That's it. A simple phrase that held so much meaning. She began typing again. You've done your job. Thank you.
I see.
I'm done. I guess I am, huh?
Okay
Then
then.
maybe I'll take a little rest. I'm kind of tired. Goodbye, everyone. Aww. With that, the laptop entered sleep mode.
I see.
So Alter Ego did everything he could.
indeed.
We won't have to talk to him all that much more.
but
But I feel kind of sorry for him.
But
You feel sorry, but he's just a computer program, right?
well,
I know, but still, he did everything he could for us, you know? I mean, yeah, it did, but that's what a computer program is designed to do. You don't tell a computer good job every time you shut it down, do you? Well, no. Well, when we talked to Alter Ego, I guess I just didn't see it that way. I know what you mean. I feel the same way.
hey,
Hey, come on, it's just a program. You can tell the difference between a program and a friend, right? But you know what's the difference between us and the program real?
Huh?
Huh? I started thinking about how you would differentiate between a person and an AI. Alter Ego isn't human, I know that. It's just a program running on a computer. But at the same time, I couldn't help but think of him as our friend.
that's right.
Yeah, he's no different from us. He's still our friend.
hmm.
I think maybe I understand what you're coming from. Then there's no problem calling him a friend. After all, the more friends, the merrier.
How about that?
Check this out. Friendship has no survival value. Instead, it gives value to survival.
So,
Anyway,
What?
don't say so anyway. It's a totally smart and cool thing that I quoted from, I don't remember where.
hey,
Anyway, there's nothing more Alter Ego can do to help us. As such, his role in this is over. Am I wrong about that? No, but...
just a second.
And frankly, I question the ease with which you decide who is and isn't your friend. Do you really mean that?
Wait.
The story's gotten off track. We should go over what Alter Ego said one more time. Yeah, good idea. What was the Hope's Peak staff thinking?
What?
Why are they making us kill each other? Alter Ego said that what happened 1 year ago is what started everything.
Well,
Yeah, he said it was the biggest, most awful thing in history. Must have been a huge incident, whatever it was. But it did something like that really happen. I don't remember anything happening that you could describe that way. What about you guys? I don't really watch the news, so
I'm sorry.
nothing comes
Anyway,
That event led to the closing of Hope's
at
Peak.
the very least,
If nothing else, it must have had some kind of connection to this school.
What?
Maybe all the students here were killed or something. I like how death is their first idea.
However,
That kind of catastrophe would have been all over the news. At least one of us would remember that.
Could it be?
And maybe they covered it up. That would explain why none of us knew that the school had been shut down.
I see.
Totally covering up something like that. I suppose it's not totally.
What the heck?
What's wrong with our government? Our taxes pay their salaries. They should be handling stuff like that.
Anyway,
Maybe, but right now there's only one path open to us.
so...
We have to find the headmaster of Hope's Peak
Correct.
Academy. We have to find him and make him tell us everything.
No matter what?
As long as we can get our hands on him, I think Kyoko. When she said headmaster, I got that feeling.
Well,
But even that is a problem that's not so easily solved. Yeah,
So
you're right.
then,
Well, our business here is done. So for now, we should get out of here. Oh yeah, good idea.
Yep.
And I... Is it really that dusty? Wait, oh no, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not going. Byakuya is gonna be so mad at me. Let's avoid getting involved any further. Good call. But as we left that dressing room, someone was there.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
My heart is pounding away. It's pounding with anger. You're not still mad about the whole breaking into the headmaster's thing? Oh, that little matter doesn't matter even a little. And I'm a little jealous of you guys enjoying an indecent mixed bath, but that doesn't matter either. It's building. I feel it.
Now I'm
My head-
really angry.
My head's about to boil over with rage.
Please!
Don't get so angry. Here, let me help center your chakra.
Pung, pung.
Etch this on the walls of your brain. When you do something to me, I do it right back. An eye for an eye, fang for a fang.
Huh?
Fang for a fang. Be careful, he just chanted the incantation of devastation. No, it's just a saying. Oh, I see. But what's he talking about?
This is a school, and as such, soon the doors to the dining hall. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone.
correct.
So it's
Hey.
nighttime. What does everyone want to do? Celeste was the one who suggested our nighttime rule, but she's gone. I think we should still avoid being out at nighttime. I know it'll make me feel better that way. I agree.
It's true.
Very well then. In that case, time for bed. So everyone headed back to their rooms. Monokuma's parting words left me feeling anxious the rest of the night. Once I was back in my room, I got lost in thought. What we learned from Alter Ego kept on spinning around and around in my head. The administrators of Hope's Peak had planned all of this. They did it because the tragedy, which had happened a year before, and apparently the headmaster is the one behind it all, the mastermind. All these mysteries make me worry, but I still have to try and unravel them, bit by bit. I'm sure the road will be long and tough, but I don't have any other choice. Let's talk a bit about where I was at before I became a bear. At first, I was at a total loss. I just had no idea what I should become. A lady in our tech support department suggested I try being a shrimp. She was like, "Oh, the company's been trying to push for this forever. It's a totally incredible offer." But as she laid out all the details, it turned out it wasn't a tiger prawn like I'd hoped, but a little popcorn shrimp. That's totally tiny. I would have been the world's smallest mascot. I like eating shrimp. I didn't want to be one myself. Plus, someone might come along and step on me. So then the lady totally started laughing at me. She was like, "You think we can do a tiger prawn on our budget?" So ultimately, I decided to become a bear.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Bing bong.
Good.
We already know what's gonna happen. As I entered dining hall, the first thing I saw was her. What are you staring at? Oh, okay.
What's your problem?
Do you think your eyes will rot just by looking at me? Finally, don't look at me. I think he's just surprised to see you at the breakfast meeting. Well, indeed, it's quite a while. It's been quite a while since you joined us. Yeah, what made you change your mind? He also said he likes the girl to have some meat on her bones, so I'm gonna start eating. I'm gonna force it down into my stomach. I'm gonna eat till I die.
Okay.
I refuse to lose.
Hina.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Well, other than that, it looks like Kyoko isn't here.
You know?
Oh, she said she'd come by later. Later?
You know?
Yeah, after you leave. She's not even trying to hide it. I know I said she wanted you to show some backbone, but you didn't need to show her that much.
Just a second.
You're dirty, Makoto. Dirty. President Dirty of Dirtyland. Of Dirtlandia. That's at a time, aren't you? I'm telling you, it's not like that.
What the heck?
Just shut up already. You've been running your filthy mouth like that all morning.
Huh?
Filthy? Me? Bitch! Don't make me repeat myself.
Huh?
I'm not filthy. It's no use denying it. We can all see how disgusting you are.
Huh?
Shut up. You and that lusty night after night you go out for your illicit club meeting. Hey, knock it off. I can't deal with dirty stuff like that.
Please.
You'd like me to stop, wouldn't you?
Bastard!
So would you rather have your black eye on the left or the right? Sorry.
Hey, come on.
Let's leave Toko alone. She's gone a little funny from all her pent-up
You know?
frustration. Anyway, you and Kyoko need to make up already, you know? Yeah, I know. I mean, of course I want things to get better as soon as possible. But with everything that's been going on, I haven't had a chance to talk to her about what I saw. For anything, I need to talk to Sakura about it. Oh, that's amazing, because it was pointed right at her. What is it? Can you make some time later? I was hoping I could talk to you. Now that Kyoko's dumped him, Makoto's trying to win Sakura's heart. Are you and Heat Makoto? Don't care who they are as long as they've got...
Just the worst.
Watch out, Sakura. Makoto's transformed into a wild beast. Prime Minister of Wild Beast to Beast Tokyo. Why is this happening to me?
Well.
Can our talk wait till tomorrow? I'd like to get some rest. For some reason, I've been feeling worn down these last few days. Huh? Are you sick? Did you get hurt? No, nothing serious. I've just had some minor aches and pains. Is that... Must be because of that battle. But it must be pretty bad if you have to go and rest. Are you sure you're okay? I'm sure a protein shake and some sleep will get me back on my feet.
You got it.
That's true. Protein is good for all kinds of stuff.
Hey.
You guys like worship protein. It's like your god or something.
Okay.
Makoto, I don't know what it is you want to talk to Sakura about. I'll save it till tomorrow. She's in pain. Yeah, I got it.
I'm sorry.
You know?
Well, for now, let's eat. Eat? I'm kind of nervous. How come?
What's your
'Cause I don't
problem?
usually eat in front of other people. Ever since I was a kid, I'd eat by myself.
What the heck?
What about your family? Oh, well, yeah, I used to live with my dad, my mom, and my mom.
Huh?
You had two moms? What? That shut things off.
Yeah!
That's like a serious issue. Just let it go. You're asking for trouble getting involved with her more than you have to. How dare you speak to me with that disgusting mouth of yours? Stop saying stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. If I don't, Kyoko will never show up. Pretty miserable situation, man. I scarfed down breakfast as fast as I could and immediately headed back to my room. Nice. I'll have to wait till tomorrow to confront Sakura about what I saw, but in a way I'm kind of relieved. It takes a lot of courage to stand face to face with Sakura and accuse her of something. Oh yeah, you gotta be pretty ballsy. Oh, it's Sakura in my room. Nope, wait. I gotta go back to the first one. I said I would do it. Every video. That's what I'm doing for. I'll give it a shot. But since I have 82, I'm gonna do... on each. Got a ration. Keep getting repeats and stuff. Oh, lucky. Double up. Triple up, maybe? Oh god. Triple luck. Quadruple luck. Damn. Thought I'd get extremely lucky right there. I did not get as lucky. And I'll do the whole thing too in the last one. Oh, I got something. I don't know what it is. Lucky. Lucky. Nope. So let's see what I got. Mineral water. Sword that can't even cut through iron or flesh. Or anything really. In other words, totally useless. Jujitsu. That's amazing. Interesting. Interesting. Oh. There's the prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Interesting. Let's go. Now on to where I need to be. Pushing on them doesn't help, smacking them doesn't help. What the heck's up with these things? Those things?
Yeah!
Oh, sorry, I'm talking about the metal plates covering all the windows. I know, we should try grabbing the top and yanking down on it. Should I talk to him for a while?
You got it!
You wanna do some stretches with me? You wanna do some stretches with me? Yeah, sure, why not? I followed Hina's lead, did some elaborate stretching. Hina and I grew a little closer today. Yeah, definitely. Makes me happy. Hey Makoto, can I talk to you for a sec? What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Sure, what
well...
is it? Oh, I mean...
So,
Can you just come to my room when you get a chance, right? Here's like...
Okay.
Okay, see you later. Better not stand me up. Without bothering to wait for a response, Hina ran away. What's going on with her inviting me to her room like this? She's acting really strange. Well, I don't have much choice, do I? I headed to Hina's room like she asked.
Sorry.
Sorry for making you have to come here. Oh, I don't mind, but what's going on? I just wanted to ask you something. Will you promise to give me a real answer? Sure.
Well...
What do you think about me, huh? I mean, as a woman. What do you think? What do I think? What I'm trying to say is, do I have, you know, womanly charms? Wait, where's all this coming from? People have always told me I'm not ladylike. And I mean, I can't really disagree. All I'm good at is sports, exercise, physical stuff. But I think maybe that's because I've never actually been in love. Since I've never fallen in love, how can I say I'm a woman? So that's why I want you to be my boyfriend. No, I mean, not like my real boyfriend, just like a practice run.
I mean...
I'm not a woman because I've never been in love. And I can't fall in love because I'm not a woman. It's like a vicious cycle, you know? So my strategy is, I'll do a practice run to draw out my feminine side. That way I'll be in the perfect position to fall in love. So I'm asking you, begging you to help me practice and be my pretend to be my boyfriend. But I mean, seriously?
But...
You're the only one I can ask, Makoto. I mean, how many other guy friends do I have?
Please!
I'm on my hands and knees here. I won't even take that long. Hina seems really serious about this. Fine, I guess I can help for a little while. You mean it? Alright. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, good question. Well, whatever. Let's just get started. Whatever.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Oh, darling, you're home. Are you ready for dinner, or should I get a bath going? Wait, that's more like a stereotypical 1950s married couple than England.
Huh?
Oh, different approach.
That's terrible.
Oh, God. You lied when you said you left your wife. That's even worse. Really?
No way!
I mean, I can't even get a practice run right. Was that the fatal blow? Seriously, what am I supposed to do? Just become that one crazy lady who gives up on love? Hold on, let's dial it back. First of all, do you really need to go through all this practice stuff?
'Cause, I mean...
I told you, I'm not ladylike. Even if that's true, I'd say that's just part of your charm. Huh? If you push it and get all nervous, that's totally not you, right? Personally, I think you're fine just the way you are, because, I mean, that's who you are. Makoto. And falling in love is supposed to be fun, right? If you stress out about it, where's the fun in that? I mean, not that I know anything about love either, but so maybe that doesn't mean anything. No, it does. If it's you saying it does mean something. Maybe you're right. I shouldn't push it. I should just be...
You got it!
I just have to wait until I meet the right person, like Jason Statham. That's a very specific taste there. Anyway, thanks, Makoto. You definitely helped lift the weight on my chest. That is a very, very specific type of Mandarin. And on top of that, I kind of had fun practicing with you. I might ask you to help me again someday. No, I think that's enough practice for me. Oh, really? Then, if it wasn't practice? Huh? Kidding, I'm just jerking you around. A joke, huh? Well, joke or not, I definitely feel like I've gotten a lot closer to Hina. After going through all this with her, I think I understand her a lot better. I think we've finally become friends in the truest sense of the word. So, what's your type, huh? What kind of girls are you? Don't worry about it. Oh, come on, don't get started. Fuck. Ambidextrous. Ow. I don't know what ambidextrous means. I might look it up later after this. I have plenty of time. I don't feel like just sitting here. I should go somewhere. Leave the area. Yeah, why not? Why did I just instinctively walk to the...
Okay.
That's funny, I instinctively went right for
You got it!
Okay, never mind.
Yeah!
I don't know. My brain was like, okay, go to the dining hall. Excuse me. See? Oh. I'm being nice. It's weird.
Attention! Attention! Please gather in the gym as soon as you possibly can. Quickly, 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 quickly!
Oh. He made a special announcement to asks to the gym, and he sounded pretty serious about it too. Everyone must have heard the announcement, and once we were all gathered in the gym, it began. Nice.
Well?
Okay, let's get this show on the road. You're about to give us your next motive presentation on
That's right.
You got us all together to present another motive, right? Is he right?
Huh?
We have to go through this again. Not again, I can't take it.
I see.
I'm impressed by your level of dismay. You finally see just how low on the totem pole of life you really are. No, 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 no. That's not it at all. We're not here talking about
Today, I'm
so I
feeling
can get rid of my grudge.
Why?
We have a grudge against you, of course, but I don't recall you ever having a grudge against us. I told you yesterday, didn't I? An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. Stop being around the bush. Just tell us what you're talking about. Oh, shit. Albiaki, you've already told everyone how one of you might be working as a spy.
Come
for me,
on.
right? Yeah, so what about it?
In other words,
Well, today, I'd like to tell you about that spy. What?
hey,
So guess what? The spy is actually Sakura Ogami. Ogami. He said it so openly, it made it sound like it wasn't that big of a deal. Even though he just revealed a huge secret.
What?
What'd you just say? He said the spy is Sakura.
What is this?
What are you talking about?
You're a liar!
There's no way Sakura right, Sakura?
Huh?
Sakura. And I might just make Sakura fulfill the promise she made sometime soon. And if she doesn't, I can't be responsible for what might happen to that hostage line. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. What you guys choose to do with the information is up to you.
thrills, chills,
Roast her, boil her,
kills!
kill her, don't kill her, whatever.
I can't wait! I
Either
can't
way, I
wait!
can't wait. And just like that, he was gone. Finally, I understood what he had been talking about. An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. In other words, betrayal would be met with betrayal.
Huh? What the heck?
So what is this? Is it true? Has Ogre really been spying on us for the mastermind?
What are you saying?
There's no way. But that is what the stuffed animal said, right?
Wrong! You're
He's
wrong!
There's just no way.
Hey,
Well, Sakura, if he's wrong, all you have to do is tell us.
I'm sorry.
I didn't tell you earlier.
Huh?
What?
Oh
Then he was being serious. We're serious. Ogre's really been working for the mastermind.
I'm sorry.
So you've been lying to us the whole time? I can't tell if that's actually true. You've been lying to us all the
Huh?
time, yeah. It's not true. Sakura was probably being controlled. There's got to be some reason. She didn't have a choice. She was just forced to do it. Yeah, I'm sure Heen was right. The mastermind probably threatened her somehow, and Sakura had no choice but to do what she was told. But you're talking like you know that for a fact. Because I do know it for a fact, because I saw it. I saw Sakura and Monokuma fighting, and that's when I heard it. Monokuma mentioned a hostage a second ago, right? And during their fight, I heard Sakura say, she'd decide to fight against the master.
I see.
Saw all that? The mastermind took a hostage, so you were forced to swear loyalty to them, right? But in the end, you made up your mind to betray the mastermind.
What?
Which means Sakura isn't our enemy. She's a friend who can trust without question. Is that it? Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm telling you. Ridiculous. Do you live in some sort of alternate reality?
Not possible.
She was the mastermind's tool. You absolutely cannot trust someone like that.
Impossible.
He's right. We can't just believe whatever she says now. How can we even be sure she really did betray the mastermind? Maybe this is a double bluff and she's still doing exactly what the mastermind wants.
What are you saying?
Sakura would never do that. Okay then, Sakura. If you really have to cut ties with the mastermind, tell us who they really are. Well,
I'm sorry.
I can't. Even I don't know that.
What?
You don't know. That just makes you all more suspicious.
Please!
She's telling the truth. You have to believe.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Shut up. I'm not finished questioning.
Come on!
Next question. What's this about a promise? What did the mastermind order you to do? I was told to kill one of my friends. Suddenly felt like the temperature in the room had dropped 20 degrees. The weight of those
I
words.
see.
So even now, you've taken aim on our lives.
Wrong! You're
I'm
wrong!
telling you, Sakura would never do that. You don't have to yell. We can hear you just fine. Don't you have an inside voice?
That's terrible!
It's because you're not listening to me.
Wait.
Please stop. You don't need to defend me anymore. I have to take full responsibility for this.
However,
How do you intend to do this? By destroying the mastermind. What? I'm going to challenge them. Even if it means we both go down, I will do
I'm
it.
sorry.
That is how I intend to take responsibility. Hold on. What do you mean? If you both go down. Sorry, I didn't tell you about this. What?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know what to do. I went back and forth about confiding in you again and again. But I was scared. I thought if I told you, you might think less of me.
But...
Sakura.
I'm sorry.
Sakura turned away from us and left the gym. And then...
This is okay.
Well, it's nighttime. We should all go to bed.
No way!
Hold on, this whole thing with Sakura
Don't make me repeat myself.
over. She's our enemy. There's nothing more to discuss.
That's terrible!
No, Sakura is not our enemy.
Why?
Why doesn't anyone understand?
What?
What is it you think you understand? You didn't even know who she really was.
What is this?
That's...
calm down.
Let it go for now, Hina. Talking about it isn't going to help anything.
Why?
Anyway,
Go to your room, cool down, we continue this discussion tomorrow. It was the worst. The mood at the end of the night was just the worst. Being in such an awful mood, we were honestly glad the day was over. Sakura is the spy. She's the traitor. Byakuya said Sakura was the enemy. But she's not my enemy. She's my friend without a doubt. But what can I do? What can I do to make everyone believe in Sakura? How? As long as you're human, there will always come a point where you wish you could do things differently. Even a baseball player in the major league. Even a soccer player touring Europe. Even a famous singer who started her career as a backup dancer on a sketch comedy show. She makes a brilliant debut, but instead of going for more, she marries some third-rate actor and retires. Every human has regrets, has things they'd like to go back and change.
But I don't, 'cause I'm a bear!
Hopefully, this one won't be as long. I hope not.
Good.
I'm worried about soccer. Hi, Makoto, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? You were late, so we were worried about you. What a deli. Toko? Byakuya, what are you doing
What
here?
the heck?
Excuse me. They're taking refugee here. Refuge.
Such ignorance.
Don't make that stupid face. We have to protect ourselves against the masterminds. The masterminds? Are you talking about Sakura? That's when I finally noticed the only one that wasn't in the dining hall was Sakura. Hey, where is Sakura?
Stop talking.
All I know is that if she were here, I wouldn't be. The only reason I went out of my way to join the rest of you was a safeguard against that threat. Threat?
What is this?
Why do you hate yourself?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? Because this makes things unfair. Unfair? The game should be fair to all players. The existence of a spy for the mastermind upsets that balance.
What the heck?
It's a stupid reason.
What did you say?
Stupid. This is a life or death game, is it not?
That's terrible!
It is stupid. You're a stupid
Hey.
idiot. Before you get too far into your argument, maybe you should stop and think things through. Why did the mastermind reveal that Sakura was a spy?
What the heck?
They were getting revenge on her, right? Like Monokuma said, an eye for an eye.
However,
That may be part of it, but it's not the whole picture. Revealing that fact was also meant to serve as the next motive the mastermind wanted to give us. The chaos and confusion born from suspicion, the hatred.
in other words,
This right here, the fighting, the bickering, is the trap the mastermind laid for us. Knowing that, will you still stand there and argue like children?
But
It's not what I'm trying to do, it's just, I mean, how can I get you guys to believe in Sakura? If she really can beat the mastermind like she said, that'd go a long way in my mind.
what are you saying?
Idiot, you'd really ask her to do something so dangerous? What if something terrible happens to her? It wouldn't matter. What? If Sakura were to die, that's one less person for the mastermind to control. I have no problem with that. Hold on, Byakuya. In fact, if she did die, that would settle this entire issue, wouldn't it? It would put the whole problem to rest. Ooh.
What the hell?
Ooh, hit him again.
You disgust me! You're a monster! To say something like that, it should have been you. You should have been the one to die!
What?
I should have died.
Interesting.
Then are you planning to take care of that yourself? Go ahead, try if you dare. That's how it works here.
What is this?
You think I can't do it? Hina, calm down.
that's right.
This is exactly what the mastermind wants, and it's exactly what Sakura doesn't want. What's wrong, lost your nerve? I'm leaving. I'll be in my room. Trembling with anger, Hina ran. That stupid cow, how dare she? She should die 1,000 deaths, no 1,000,000. She was just another hysterical little girl, hardly worth my attention.
Just a second.
It's what other people call having feelings, Byakuya, and all you can do is mock them for it. What's wrong with that?
Hey,
A friendly word of warning. Someday that attitude is going to come back and bite you hard.
I don't have time to play with
And I
you.
will happily elude its attempts. So, yeah, you know. How about we, eat? Maybe it's not a good time.
You know?
Without a word, each of us left the dining hall. We headed back to our rooms one by one. So what should we do today? Going to music. Start now. I got the maxed out alleys.
anyway,
I'm busy, I don't have time to waste. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna go hang out with Allie. Did you want something? Should I talk to you for a while?
About that.
Were you worried about me?
Sorry.
That's nice of you. Hina was quiet and impressed, but I did what I could for her. Hina and I grew a little closer today. Yes. Thanks, Makoto. This makes me feel a little better. Yeah. Was I able to cheer her up a little? Who knows? I have plenty of time. I don't feel like just sitting here. I should go somewhere. Matt.
Sorry.
But I kind of want to be alone right now. I've got a lot I need to think about. Well, fudge. Who's next? Go away. She won't even look at me if she doesn't even see my face. Who should I talk to? Soccer.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate the thought, but I'd like to be more right now. I need time to myself. I need to think. Well, that's one skill I haven't developed too much. Okay. Other people. I don't want to talk asshole. I don't want to talk to ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then next 7. So yeah, there's no one. Why not? Why not? Hang out. Yeah.
What's your problem?
Yeah. Aren't you such a good person showing me all this pity? I spent some time with Oko. Would you like to give Coco a present? Yeah, why not? Would you like to give her? Shears. Shears. Ah. Oh, God. I'll never forgive you for being this nice to me. She's just standing there. Does she want something? But she's not saying anything. Maybe I should try to start a conversation. What, you want to talk to me? Well, I can't stop you, so talk already. Okay, sure, but what should I say? So, what do you like to do in your spare time? Why do you want to know? Well, I mean, you know, we're trapped in here together, right? If we're gonna be friends, it'd be nice to get to know each other. What'd you just say? After that part about being trapped, we're gonna be what? Friends? What do you mean, friends? You think I'm stupid? You trying to trick me? I've already been hurt once before. I'm not gonna let it happen again. You've been hurt, what happened?
Anyway,
Come on. You don't really care about me. You don't want to know about me. Even I know that. No, that's not true. Okay, yeah,
what the heck?
fine, then tell me. Tell you what. You know why they call me the ultimate writing prodigy, right? Yeah, sure, you've won all kinds of literature prizes. Then tell me what I'm good at. Tell me what my genre specialty is. I'm trying to remember what I was told. I think it's romance. I'm sitting here trying to come up with one. Oh, I was sitting here. I was sitting here guessing. I was like going through them, trying to remember everything. I'm sorry. Sorry, it took me a little longer than I was hoping it would. The book was such a hit. That fisherman shot to the top of all hottest men polls, right? How did you know all that? There's no way you care about me. I'm telling you I do. I mean, we're friends, aren't we? I'm blind. Your straightforward nature blinded me. I'm not really sure. Does she hate me now? Toko's report card has been... Vocabulary. Nice. I've done something. I'm gonna head back to my room for a little while. It's nighttime, you idiot. I called it. It's nighttime. Don't care. I know it's nighttime. Tonight feels somehow uneasy. We still haven't settled things with Sakura. Everyone's in a terrible mood. I just hope nothing happens tonight. After I declined the offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady just refused to drop the issue. Once the shrimp idea was dead, she came back suggesting I should become a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, and she shot back. Okay, then how about we make you extra special? You can be the crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards. I want to go forward. Her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line. Then she said, "You just don't see the splendor of the crab. Haven't you ever heard of the tale of the crab and the monkey?" Of course I've heard of it. I know all about it. But so what? The crab beats the monkey. But it's just some legend, hardly relevant to our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in movies and stuff from time to time, but not crabs. Monkey-themed clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is crabs have no place in today's light-speed world. Do your market research later, lady. Which is why I chose the always popular berry.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma!
Interesting. It's really interesting, though.
Good.
I better go talk in the dining hall one last time. Leave the area. Was it someone screaming? Probably. I think it came from the dining hall. No. Just gotta run a little faster. Makoto, we got a big problem, man. Did you shut your dick in the fridge again? Look. Hero's finger shook as he pointed.
Hina! Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
What?
You gotta be kidding!
She's not dead. Open your eyes. No way she's dead. Why? What happened? Just all of a sudden they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table. And that led to a sneeze.
You SOB!
Her giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. And look at my shapely collarbone. Doesn't it just totally set you on fire? Oh,
Totally not adorable.
You totally non-adorable boys, just get her out of my sight. Okay?
My beautiful
I'll start cutting
scissors!
and cutting and cutting and cutting and indulging for who knows how long. Okay, then let's get Hina to the nurse's office. Come on, Hero, help. Sure thing. Genocide Jack's abrasive laugh chased us out of the room as we carried Hina away. Good job. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injury in the nurse's office, she seemed to have finally regained her composure.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it really was just a scratch. But still, that was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know. Yeah, well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic. That makes you sound even more hostile. I mean, yeah, you didn't help her at all. Hey, Hina, what the heck happened? Oh, we just got into another fight and I lost my temper and threw up. Let me guess, the fight was because of Sakura.
But...
At first I tried to ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes get to you all the time, you'll never have time left to live your life. But she wouldn't let it go, so I did. Without thinking about it, I felt like I wanted to punch her like a dozen times.
You're serious?
A dozen punches isn't really without thinking. And when things got out of hand, Genocide Jack got let loose, right?
Sorry.
It's my own fault, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Because she was saying all these terrible things about my friend, you know? Before you know it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears. And just as the tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door to the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was going to fly off its hinges, and there she stood.
Hina!
Sorry. You're hurt. What happened?
Huh?
Nothing. It's not a big deal.
Hey!
Makoto, Hiro, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me. It was Genocide Jill. It's all that demented murderous fiend's fault.
Damn.
To hurt Hina. Damn you! To leave me alone, but hurt her. What is this?
How dare you!
What is this? I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch.
No forgiveness!
Unforgivable.
I can't forgive this!
Hiro, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me.
What?
I don't hate you exactly.
I can't forgive this!
Why? Somebody saved me. Hiro nearly tripped over himself as he ran screaming out of the nurse's office. But just a second later,
Hey.
what's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoka stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the room.
It would seem...
I gather that something happened. Kyoka, please, you have to stop Sakura.
Wait.
You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm drawing a line right here and now. Drawing a line?
Goodbye.
Oh, quick, Sakura. Hina sprang into action, leaving the nurse's office to chase after Sakura. The only ones left were Kyoko and me. Kyoko? Are you still mad? Yeah, I
That's
figured.
fine.
It's fine, huh?
Whew.
About that issue we discussed earlier, it wasn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. We'll talk about it.
In other
You
words,
could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like that.
I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you.
What?
Because
Ultimately, that means you don't trust me. No, that's not it. But that's how you feel. I can't really change your mind. I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
It's fine. I've already forgotten about it. Besides,
And
I may have overreacted. Huh?
anyway,
It's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Okay, thank you.
whew.
Issue. I want to talk about something else. What is it you want to talk
Indeed.
about? Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there.
So,
Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but...
shall we go?
Well then, shall we get going? Crap. With her typical... I'll drop. There it is. Kyoko turned and walked away, setting a brisk pace. Ah, Kyoko. I hurried to catch up to her. She walked ahead in silence, and in silence I chased her. And eventually we arrived. The dressing room? So there's something else you mentioned.
Indeed.
That's right, it has to do with Alter Ego. But you said we didn't need Alter Ego anymore.
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him, I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that needs Alter Ego. He has business with us. Huh?
Right.
Alter Ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently, he has something he wants to ask us. Alter Ego wants to ask us something. Okay. Hello. So it's just two of you, Kyoko and Makoto? Kyoko's fingers glide across the keyboard. Is two not enough? No, it's okay. Two should be plenty. But what does he want
Indeed.
to ask us? Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed a question. What did you want to ask? Oh yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where I can connect to the school network.
What?
What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, why?
You see?
Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work,
But
I don't want that.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here.
That's right.
That's what Master would want, right? So to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of the school, that is too big.
That's right.
The only way I can help is if you connect me to the school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind would find out about it. They'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko?
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do
If
my
it's for the
best.
sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed. Too admirable. Too fragile.
Hey,
Remember what you asked before, Makoto? You asked what's the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
certainly.
When I talk to Alter Ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's an answer even the program's creator can't answer. But I can
Correct.
say this. There's no question that Alter Ego is our friend, Kyoko. To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the Mastermind will notice us.
Makoto.
Let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego together.
Hey.
But he's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends. Who's to say we can't do that for him?
Now,
And if you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend.
So,
Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't.
I want to believe in myself.
I want to be able to say, I know I can do this.
Leave it to me.
So please, let me try.
listen.
And besides, there's one place where the Mastermind might not notice.
That's right.
Remember, there's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. A room without a surveillance camera. That's it, the secret room you told me about. Definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there. Surveillance cameras in there. And I do believe you can connect to the network from there. And I remember seeing the Ethernet port on the wall.
However,
it's just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the Mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego and the Mastermind. We'll also have to move the Alter Ego, and the Mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
That's what we have to do.
But despite all of that, I think we need to try.
Correct.
Because it's our best chance of finding new clues. Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
It's true.
Okay then, I'll leave it up to you. Thank you.
So then...
So let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? Started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket. It tickles. Shh, you can't talk right now. Shut up! We're going to move you to another room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely fine, okay? Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
Makoto.
In the secret room, there's a bunch of different cables in one of the dark drawers. So there might be a network cable in there.
However...
Assuming the Mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check
It's
for
true.
ourselves. Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. Well, I'm just gonna... Secret room, secret room.
Hey.
Hey, Makoto.
Why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse. Go and check again.
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. So, she was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, okay, I'm going.
So then...
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Okay, first we're gonna find the network cable. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables. Found it, there is a network cable, right? I just have to connect Alter Ego. Immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop to connect to the internet port with a cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help.
So,
Please just wait a little
I'm
while longer.
gonna
Just hold
do
tight
my...
and put your faith in me. And as I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us as friends. Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto.
Makoto.
How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us.
Goodbye.
I knew it. Kyoko's walking away. She wasn't acting anymore. That much was for sure. Ah, Kyoko.
What?
Yes. So we're just
Why
gonna
is
stay
that?
up. Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't it a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you going to do about soccer?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done.
However,
it's true. But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we do?
so...
If we can find some new clue that would likely change the situation, that's all we can hope for right now. Which is why all the
Correct.
all we can do is wait and believe in our friends. They're right. That's our only option. We parted ways and headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired, so I lay down in bed. Maybe it's because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long, I was passed out. Ding dong! Sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the room. Ding dong again.
Makoto.
What's
Indeed.
going on? Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. Sounds like something happened. What? As soon as I heard these words, my heart started to beat a little faster. Suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Can you get the door open? Is it locked? Probably locked. Makoto, Kyoko, you know what's wrong. Something's not right. In the rec room, what's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did, Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey,
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
anyway,
First of all, we need to get into that room. But
listen to me.
we're going to force our way in. I just
Wrong.
said the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock.
It would
Why? It
seem...
feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words,
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break
Indeed.
in. Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest. Okay, I'll get something to break it with. Wait right here. She's just unconscious, right? Yeah. That's what we all think and what we hope. Is she okay? I mean, Sakura, so I'm sure. So I'm sure Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But the silence didn't last long. Here, I found a broom in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jolstering the chair, leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed it on with all my strength and finally... Sakura. I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her, she was no longer there. There was nobody there. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then...
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Yep. On to the next set.
Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It happened. It happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there, motionless behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Ogre.
Yes,
Oh,
yes!
so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you, Hiro Byakuya Toko. One of you killed Sakura.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated
I won't forgive you.
One of you did it. I know it.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder file.
It's the Monokuma file!
That's right. It's the Monokuma file.
Yeah!
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again.
In other words...
Then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to the most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things.
Phew!
Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd have violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well done!
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one. Oopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it
Shing!
first. Because, I mean, your lives are all in front, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't
I
forgive
hate
you.
him. I hate this whole thing. Oh, there goes my gun. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the monster after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game is already here. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who's staying guard this time. I'll do it. Hina. I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here for Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's
what?
me. You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin. Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your
One
fault!
of you killed
I
Sakura.
won't forgive
I won't
you.
let someone like that come anywhere near
Stop talking.
her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near me. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a
It's
compromise?
all clear
I
now.
won't ask you to let all of us join in. Just let You don't really care, do you? You're both useless
Yep.
anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should
It's
I?
all clear now.
Then it's
What are you saying?
nothing's to say.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to this request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory, fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely are allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's
listen to
killer,
me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Well, aren't you just savage? The victim was Sakura Ogami at the time of death, estimated to be around noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head, and no other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door has been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. A lot of mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life? And right before our very
Hey.
eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you
that's
don't mind.
fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the door. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if
Correct.
that's right. The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. Push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
Third type is the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other
They
words,
stay hidden and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
In other words,
By that, I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see, this is in a lot of novels. You see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. Then Kyoko, which of these four choices seems most likely?
It's true.
It's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death, stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Sitting slumped forward in a chair, there's obvious evidence of the blow to the head suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma, she also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I have a guess. I'm gonna keep it to myself though. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's, you recognize it?
Well...
Oh yeah, I mean I gave it to her. That's candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like it. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much.
I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Polka dot candy wrapper. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Glass was all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? I found the top and bottom parts of a bottle and glass all around it. I presume it was a bottle. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. There's a blood stain from the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Open? Lock is open. And they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not
Hey.
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside it, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe.
In other words...
So this is a Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm starting to make sense of things, little by little. Found the ground, the red shards of glass, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
Couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know, where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around noon. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to him. And this is what happened. If I'd have stopped her by force, even this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. How his account. But the fact she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them.
What?
You're bothering me. The rec room, so you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that? What it said, and risk being killed by that monster. So you didn't go to see it? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept
Come
it.
on!
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Dick. That was not there before. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it. It says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get
Correct.
inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue, I'm not sure I have to see how, but okay. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah. She's not the type who would have gone down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise.
Certainly.
Right? Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Just checking everything again to make sure I hit everything.
Don't make me repeat. Okay. I don't think that I'm missing. I'm looking around trying to see if I'm missing anything. Magnolia trains towards the smash window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt that the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that, so the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? I think so for the most
So
part.
then.
Then you should probably go talk to the people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet the two other people. I need to hear what they have to say. most negative aura of the space. An aura of
Well,
decay.
what do you...
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked me.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Ryaki already told me she had asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master. I just said two, didn't I? That sounds totally obvious. Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. She didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it. Is that good enough? Then let me go back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be...
Did you maybe gaze in my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you?
But
I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she wanted Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you?
What?
Well, she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely.
Actually...
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave me? In the top.
Hey, come on!
Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket.
Huh? What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again. He shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but... So, well, if you'll excuse me. We're waiting for a reply. Hiro quickly... But, there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko, Hiro, and Hiro. What's next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe you should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must come from the chem lab. Well, from here, to the chem lab. Make sure you don't get in my way. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Dangerous chems.
These look like poisons and other powerful chems. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Well, no, it says C. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't know. I don't have much to worry about that shelf. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? Looks like it's C4. Ha! It's explosives. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have...
So in other words...
That's right. Could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. See, explosives have been added to the truth bullets section. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How did these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Oh, let's go, chop chop. Okay. Dick. Not bad for you, I mean.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting, it would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I finally did what Byakuya did. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of... It's a poison! Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. For an Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilt right around the time of the incident. That's all I can say for now. Let's see what's on this shelf. These are all kinds of dietary supplements. There's one that's C9 in it. The protein drink we found in the wrecking probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with an A and a number, so I guess I consider C9. Could someone have put it in there here on accident? Let's try to find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Got the protein powder from section A. What concerns me is that in section A there was a bottle in section C. I think I'm good here.
Hey,
So Makoto has an investigation done. What Toko had
I
told me.
see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. Good job. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura's sitting on. Monokuma bottles. Each piece has a different chess piece. The pawn, the rook, the bishop, and the king. They're missing the queen and the knight.
hey,
And that was in order from left to right, by the way. There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find it. They're all chess pieces. Can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Okay.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you
so
waiting.
then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and the one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weights of the two bottles to a normal of the normal bottles. They're even.
in other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might you expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all. There's a chance I could have missed some here.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. It's heavy. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just a thought.
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all
Hey.
together, and I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you want? What do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added. Next, I think she said something about the magazine stand. There's still something to be discovered from Sakura. Oh, I hit Sakura.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything. Well, yeah, I know,
Hey.
but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. And how can
So...
you... I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is clue number 1.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head.
It's
Look
true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would
It
seem...
would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head.
Indeed.
2 blows. Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either
It's
one.
true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. This magazine is upside down. Someone put it back the way on that way.
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped it over. Toko. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bloody letters. And it said Toko. The dying
Correct.
message. Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come along. Hey, is that says Toko, right? What the heck? But she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Oh, great. On to the show.
Whoops! He had caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on... See you soon!
No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. I have to pull out a miracle. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. The ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns
Yes,
awful.
indeed!
You're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain
Well?
creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super nice.
Yes, indeed!
Do you have 100 friends?
What?
He's right, that does make it seem
I
sad.
can't wait! I can't
Alright,
wait!
Please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get it. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. I'm
What the heck?
completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. Someone killed her. I have a guess. And now, on to the show. Let's skip all the elevator talk. Just the 6 of you. That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all reckless. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then!
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. I think this one was really quick. I think this chapter was just like really quick. Deadly Good. A deadly class trial. Yeah, let's save it. Set skills. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Allows you to lock onto 2 statements at once. Effective during the bullet time battle. I don't really know any of that. Finish prep. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class.
Is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Are you sure?
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Ina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason to believe it. Make your argument. Count.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing her?
No, that's wrong! Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
Can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? No, I give benefit of the doubt.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong! Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago! It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her!
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was... when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
So what Hiro said can't be right. Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's cell.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was...
Satan, damn it.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Shoot!
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying, it was only after the investigation had been. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Show me the proof! The end is nigh! Show me the proof! Show me the proof!
This should prove it! I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits—
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her! Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Would you mind inviting a couple of other people to meet as well? Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? Might help give you some energy. Oh, sure.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. As soon as I heard that, I just knew! I knew she was gonna try and kill me! She was gonna kill me and make her escape! So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance! I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head! I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden.
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Then, who was—
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have— Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it! Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't...
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time.
I don't really see why, but okay. I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong! If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The Queen and the Knight. I know it.
Now I understand!
The Queen and the Knight.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different... What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Yeah.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better!
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this
Shoot!
Oh, I hit the wrong one. That's what I was
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime, but someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only...
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed...
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. He put the shows over the...
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you! I curse you! No, no, no! I don't know anything! It's a lie! I hate you! Shut up! I curse you! No, no, no! That's enough! It's a lie! I hate you! That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we?
Stop wasting my time.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang! She just straight up admitted it!
Then you killed Sakura!
No! I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again!
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, She must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote. What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling. I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong! We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly...
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible. I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything
Other than the shot to her head.
No, that's wrong.
We don't know if it been an autopsy.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Same shelf supplements on positive.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that...
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
Oh god. He's drinking it.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
It went in protein powder. obvious place. Oh, no, split protein. Show me that all.
Now I understand.
Using the protein drink. That
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
I think y'all crazy.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else.
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? Why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. Okay, and I moved from Section
C to Section...
No, that's wrong! You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just...
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. You came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed. Thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside. If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
I have an idea.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So someone planned? No. It had to have been. It had to be.
It was in there before.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room. and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish that and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right?